I know some of us have accounting firms. We do accounting, equally do tax. From my experience, because I was privileged to be ICANN reviewer, professional practice reviewer of ICANN, and the firms we visited, the files were messed up. You can't distinguish between tax and accounting files. They were in a mess. So please try to distinguish, even if you don't have a big office. You may not have an office for tax, an office for audit, but make sure you have different files. Different files for tax and a file for audit. Don't forget that I have so many correspondences as far as tax is concerned. How many correspondences? From review of your account and correspondence between you and the client. So if your file is not separated, if you file both your audit and tax files together, you run into problems. So please make sure your files are separated. And again, your file should be able to speak to itself. Because if somebody comes to review your file, you can't be there to be telling him or her what is where. Your file should be able to speak to itself. Okay, arrange your file properly. The FRS may visit you. Okay, you may have a reporting accountant to come and review your file. You shouldn't see your file messed up.
As a business owner, have you ever had need for the service of a tax consultant? When such a situation arises, do you distinguish between audit and taxation? Do you distinguish between a chartered accountant and a tax practitioner? In fact, do you know who a tax practitioner is? Do you know that there is a difference between a chartered accountant and a tax practitioner? In the year 1992, the federal government of Nigeria granted a charter to the then Nigerian Institute of Taxation with the enactment of the Enabling Act No. 76 of 1992, now Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria Act, Cap CITN, Volume 2, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, giving the CITN the responsibility of regulating the practice of taxation in Nigeria. The CITN has since grown in leaps and bounds, comprising of chartered accountants, legal practitioners, economists, state and federal tax administrators, and many more. In carrying out its mandate, the CITN registers associate members who qualify by examination and by experience on the job. Over time, these associate members rise to become fellows. To carry out the duty of tax practice, the CITN goes further to issue practice licenses, seals and stamps to qualified members. We recall that in May 2021, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, CITN, and the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN, signed a Memorandum of Understanding on collaboration to guide the professional input of each of the bodies in the value chain. Consequent upon this, in July 2022, the FRS issued a circular standardizing the mode of filing returns by the three professional bodies. On Wednesday, the 13th of March 2024, the CITN held another in the series of presentation of practice licenses, seals, and stamps to yet another group of 82 tax practitioners. Dr. Titila Ifowoko is the Chairman, Membership and Professional Conduct Committee of the CITN.
The essence of this event is to ensure that members of this great institute are duly authorized to practice the tax profession and provide tax advisory services to their clients legitimately. CITN, as we all know, is the only institute chartered by an act of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to regulate tax practice in Nigeria. Today, our licensed tax practitioners will be receiving their practice license and seal of the institute to authenticate the returns prepared and filed on behalf of their clients. We have also deemed it fit to give our new licensed practitioners some professional guidance on managing the tax practice successfully as an integral part of this event. We have our chairman of the Tax Practice Monitoring Committee, ably represented by the first vice chairman, to take us through how to settle in to have a successful tax practice. We also have seasoned resource persons to share their experiences with us on how to navigate the terrain of the Nigerian tax environment.
Today, we are going to be licensed and legally authorized to be able to practice taxation in Nigeria without hindrance. I believe it is an opportunity and a privilege that we should project our personal image as well as the image of the institute. We should not embark on anything that is going to dent our image as a professional as well as dent the image of the institute. We should focus on how we contribute to our institute to become more recognized at all levels of practice in Nigeria and abroad.
Barrister Samuel Agbeluyi is the 16th president of the CITN. In his speech, the president reiterated the expectation of counsel of the new licensees.
I want to especially congratulate you all for meeting the requirement prescribed by council for the issuance of a practice license. You can be assured that by the end of this ceremony, you will join the growing list of professionals on the roll call of CITN, which entitles you to practice the profession of taxation in Nigeria. But before then, it is imperative that I reiterate what is expected of you as practitioner. Council of the Institute expects you to refer always to the provision of the Institute Charter, professional rules and practice guidelines, and the statement of taxation standard. This is very critical. Taxation can be technical. It's actually technical and no discretion is required. You either follow the law, the rules, and the regulation. No discretion. The Institute also expects you to hold in high esteem our core values, which have been redefined as service, teamwork, excellence, and professionalism. The acronym for that is STEP. I implore you, therefore, to strictly adhere to this guideline and principle at all times in the course of your practice.
And this note of caution.
The Institute will not fail to wield the big stick of discipline where they are reported an established area of misconduct. Be mindful that your conduct from today onwards has a great impact, not just on your practice, but on the profession and the institute at large.
On other matters,
it is equally expedient to reacquaint members of the council's assiduous effort towards enhancing the value placed on the institute certification. As you are aware, customized stamps have been introduced to be used by tax practitioners in filing tax returns and to be affixed on all correspondences. Additionally, following the signing of the MOU between CITN, ICANN, and ANAN in May 2021, the Federal Inland Revenue Service on the 27th July 2022 issued a circular which standardized the mode of filing returns by the respective institution. The FRS circular made it explicit that it would not accept tax computation included in any tax return except it is done by tax practitioner licensed by CITN.
Opening formalities over, the about to be licensed practitioners went through a seminar session aimed at further deepening their knowledge. The lead paper was on professional ethics, engagement procedure, and small firm merger for business sustainability, delivered by Mr. James Obogu, Managing Partner, Balogu Badejo and Company. Chairman of session was Alhaji Aziz Alatoye, Senior Partner, Ascension Limited. Mr. Obogu's paper was discussed by Mr. Gregory Odier, Partner, Ijewere and Company, and Mr. Kennedy Iwundu, Principal Partner, Kennedy Iwundu Associates. The audience asked questions and made contributions. And then the reason for the event, the presentation of practice licenses, seals and stamps to the 82 tier rubber practitioners.
This is the time we have been waiting for. Yes, the reason why you are here today. My President, sir, we have before you a total number of 82 applicants that have met up with all the requirements that were set up by council. And some of the requirements include they have the requisite number of credit hours. That is, they have attended MPTP, they have attended some of our training programs as well as the annual tax conference. They have their CAC certificates. They are members of district societies. They have the requisite tax working experience. And in accordance with the charter of the Institute, I hereby recommend that they should be awarded with the practice license of the Institute, pursuant to Cap CITN, Volume 2, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004.
So when I say I, you put your name. I do solemnly swear that I shall always comply with the provision of the Institute Charter, bear true allegiance to the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, I will perform my duty and fulfill my obligations to the Institute and my client with honesty, faithfully, and in accordance with the Institute Charter and laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
There you are. It bears repeating that when you need the services of a tax practitioner, you must deal only with a person or persons duly accredited by the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria. That is your only assurance of getting it right and doing it right. Before we go, let us remind you that the 26th Annual Tax Conference of the CITN is coming up from the 13th to the 17th of May 2024 in Abuja. Theme is Sustainable Tax Culture and Economic Roadmap for Nation Building. The annual tax conference is the biggest gathering of tax practitioners, tax consultants, and tax administrators in Africa. Do well to attend. To register, visit www.citnevents.org/events. Thank you for watching. See you next time.